Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the King of Anime podcast, the only podcast that, in fact, scientifically has proven pickles are good with peanut butter.
Who is this man?
Me?
Is that supposed to represent like what the podcast thinks, or just you?
No, scientifically. We've scientifically proven that they're good together, apparently.
I don't think that guy that you met outside of Applebee's with the lab coat is a scientist. See?
Listen, he said.
Also, I don't like pickles.
Listen,
oh wow.
He said, trust me, bro. Trust me.
Oh, okay then. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
you didn't say that.
Yeah, I mean the you know, he kind of I think he had an Applebee's badge on there somewhere, so he may have been an employee. Good guy though. Good guy. Really good guy. Anyways, welcome to the King of Anime podcast. Probably the only podcast that does what we do. It's pretty niche. We take a bunch of seasonal anime and we watch it and we decide if we want to kill it or pass it. Some weeks we don't do it, some weeks we do. And this week we're covering Daddies, Trigun, Stampede, and Vinland Saga. And we also cover Code Geass. We do an old show every season just to mix it up. Co-hosts, how have you been doing?
I've been doing good. Just living the life, watching the shows. I forgot we didn't have To Your Eternity. I was like, oh yeah, that show's over.
Yep.
So we don't have to watch that. But most importantly, no Attack on Titan.
I mean, that's
wait months for that.
Yeah. You only got one more episode left. It's done. Forever.
They just did it as a movie. What a waste.
I think they are.
It's been a long time coming though.
Well, I guess the Decrepit Storm says what up in the chat. Carp says hi.
What's good, Carp? What's good?
How you guys doing?
Oh, I want to say I'm in bad spirits. I thought I was having a good day until I remember something.
Oh God.
So, on another thing.
God, oh fuck.
No, not this time.
Shit.
My team signed Baker Mayfield.
Oh no.
Listen, I was well prepared. Tom Brady retired. Seems for good this time. I was prepared to be a bad team. I already thought it was going to happen. A lot of our players are gone, and it's just been bad mojo around that team, even last season with Tom Brady. So I was prepared for our team to be bad. But then we signed this guy. And when I tell you, there's literally no other quarterback that would have made me more mad than this move. I legit could have swallowed anything else but him. If you check my tweets for Baker Mayfield, I have never said one positive thing about him.
Okay, so
he ruined my Christmas. No, I'm not. That's not even a joke. He actually ruined my Christmas. I watched.
Oh, no.
It was like I think it was the Browns that year that played, and I watched him Christmas Day, and he ruined my entire Christmas. I can't say that about any other professional athlete.
That's crazy.
Damn. That was crazy.
I heard some news recently about the football, the hand egg.
Yeah.
That something about some guy is like waiting to be signed to the Jets, and he's like a pretty big player or something.
Oh,
Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what are the deets on that? What's that about?
Yeah, I hate Aaron Rodgers.
He's a big diva. You know who you can kind of compare him to, probably? Like if you think about like the wrestling world, you could kind of compare him to CM Punk or somebody like that.
Oh yeah, that's a good comparison.
Yeah.
Guy who comes
like if
in
CM Punk was from Wisconsin.
Oh jeez. So he just comes in and he starts fights and bites people.
It's always everybody else's fault. It's never his.
Yeah, he's a
Ah.
big finger pointer.
Oh, it was the coach.
Damn.
They fired the coach. Oh, I don't have enough receivers.
Damn,
They
where's
give him
he gonna put
receivers.
that finger?
Oh, they're a bunch of rookies. It's everything is something. And then he breaks his collarbone, and he's like, "It's their fault for tackling me."
That may be true, actually. It is, but I mean, technically it's not their fault, but they did do it. So,
All part of the game.
half truths, I guess. QRW6 says, "What up, KOA? I've been watching Kaiji. Original Squid Game is all I'm saying. Watching the dub, it's good, but have to wait because it takes too long to produce. If it fully gets dubbed, I would recommend it for Nakama because it's that good." Right.
Yeah, that's why I always tell people when it comes to Squid Games, people kind of label Squid Games after certain anime and manga when it should be previous anime manga that you should label with as Squid Games as, because the whole death game genre is a thing.
Death Game is
they have a video game series based off it, Battle Royale.
yeah. No, I mean that's
Squid Games.
yeah. Battle Royale is like the original. Well, not the, but like the first big game, death game kind of thing. I always think they're just all kind of walking in the footsteps of Battle Royale, but
Yep.
Yeah.
All I know is the Gen Z really loves the Battle Royale.
Oh yeah,
man.
for sure.
They love it. I used to love it for a minute, but
It's you know what it is. I think is one of those things that really gets the benefit of social media. Like when you talk about things weekly and then everybody gets invested in certain characters, and you're like, okay, I hope this character survives. I hope this character survives.
Oh,
It's like a big discussion thing.
I was thinking video games. I am, however, watching
okay.
right now with a friend, Alice in Borderland, and we're on season 2, and it's pretty damn good. Honestly, it's a live action series based off of manga, and it's so good that if I knew about it before, I would have made a video on it. Not to say it's like the greatest thing ever. It's just really fun and really interesting, and I enjoy it. Which is
Yeah, I was going to read the manga for that.
Yeah, not many live action adaptations can say and hang their hat on something and really say, wow, they did something really good here. It still has a lot of issues. It has a lot of plot holes in it. A lot of logical holes just everywhere. But it's still a very good series, and I definitely recommend it. For those interested in things like Squid Game. Especially Squid Game or Battle Royale. Carb says, I understand that it's another sport, but I'm a huge soccer fan, and my team and national team have been terrible the last couple of years. Oof, that's rough.
It'd be like that.
URW6 says Kakegurui is still great, but I won't compare it to Kaji because it's its own thing. When I did my Kakegurui video, a lot of people in the comments were like, fuck you piece of shit. Kaiji's better. I'm like,
I'm sorry about that, by the way.
This is a slip of the tongue or slip of the fingers. He didn't,
I was drunk.
Slip of the fingers. Ooh. Where's it going?
Whoa.
Prince Canute, not there.
Idle hands.
Light Roller says, I'm here for the Yamai praise. This is not the
probably
Yamai of Anime podcast.
You're in the wrong place.
You don't belong here.
Yeah, this is I don't know where you find that. I didn't know there's a podcast for it. Decrepit Storm says, yeah, those games definitely took over for quite a while. And then someone named Everything Animated said, ha 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 ha, holes. I don't know who that is.
Very, very mature.
Clearly a gentleman beyond his beyond a man beyond.
You may just be a fan of holes, like the movie.
Well,
with
yeah, the
Stanley
Yelnats.
Well, that's too damn bad.
You created that meme that was so funny. I'm tired of this, Grandpa. Well, that's too damn bad. You keep digging. And then he went crazy and died and never got that treasure.
Same here. He almost found One Piece. He almost did it. Oh,
Yeah.
speaking of, completed Arabasta for One Piece. Hey,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
great. Loved
Crocodile.
it. Crocodile. The Croc is amazing. Got to give it to him. And as well, Vivi. That speech made me totally not simp for Vivi. I don't know what you're talking about. I deny everything. All the allegations. So I guess let's go ahead and get into the Q&A section of the show. And now I can do that on YouTube. Say something. Wait.
Hello.
No, wait, no, it's asking me to say something because like there's this new feature on YouTube where you can start a Q&A. So you can say something. We have to type in something to start it, I think. Or not?
Do it.
Oh. Let's try it.
Are you
Hello!
my enemy?
It's just, well, okay, so what the hell does this do?
I don't know what's
It's
going
taken
on.
for
Let's
me.
see,
It's
what
taken
you
away the
looking at?
chat. Does the chat? Does it say there for you, guys?
Yeah, it stays there for me, but I don't know if it's because I'm a mod.
I can't see the chat now. What is
I
the
can see
point
it.
of this feature? I'm just gonna end the Q&A. We're not doing
Well,
that.
that lasted a good amount of time.
I have no idea what the point of that was.
You run a
Why
tight
is this a
ship here,
feature?
folks.
All it does is take away the chat. Listen, you get the point, guys. Q&A. Q&A. Questions taken from the audience. You can put in the chat if you want to, or you can submit it via the Google Docs in the description below. Our first question: if AOT got a spin-off series or movie, would you like a prequel, a sequel, or a live-action adaptation with Tom Holland as Eren?
Ew.
No, absolutely. No.
Why did they have at the last part? Like I was good with everything else until the last part.
I know. He makes a horrible Nathan Drake in Uncharted, so why would you think he would make a great Eren? I am here to destroy the Titans. Fuck out of here.
Fuck you, Mikasa. I'm Spider-Man. I think there should be a spin-off series. Absolutely. Like a series. There's so many characters you could follow. You can follow Ymir. Both Ymirs. You can do that. Well, maybe not both Ymir, but the short-haired Ymir. How do you distinguish Ymir from you? Jaw Titan
Freckle.
Ymir.
One has freckles and one doesn't.
Freckle Ymir. There we go. Freckle Ymir. We can get one on that. That would be perfect because she has a massive history. You could do Zeke. Zeke would be fucking awesome. You could do anyone from the Marley side. You could do Reiner. You could do Reiner would be kind of like filling stuff in. Maybe not Reiner, but absolutely, I think it would be cool to have Zeke in there. You could have, I don't know. You could follow the royal family from the founding that had the founding Titan. You could do that whole thing. It would be cool to see what Frida Reese was up to and Rod Reese, that scumbag. I suggested at one point Aaron Kruger, I think. Aaron Kruger would be absolutely phenomenal. Because he's the Attack Titan for like 14 years. So what is he doing for those 14 years that broke this man to, basically waste all of his time? That's captivating. And what was his experience like being the Attack Titan, being able to see glimpses of the future and knowing that Mikasa and Armin existed before they were even conceived? What?
I was just saying, and to know that they were going to cuck Eren.
Oh yeah. Cuck theory. Yeah, absolutely.
He just keeps seeing it. He's like, why are they cucking each other? I don't understand.
It would be cool to see a Kruger one. It would maybe it's something to do with Annie or Willie Tybur, Kiyomi. Onyan Capone and Yelena. Like, there's just so much to pull from when it comes to AOT. Like, you could have really, like, Better Call Saul kind of like spin-offs with AOT, and it would totally work. So, sequel, I don't know about that. Is it kind of the ending for it is sort of definitive. So,
I would say I don't know the ending, so I don't know how good a sequel would be.
yeah,
I mean-
you'll see what I mean when we get there. But it's pretty definitive for the most part. Spin-offs, absolutely. A prequel, I mean, maybe one of the spin-offs could take a prequel. I don't know how a prequel would do, because you have to, like, if they do like a prequel following like the original wars, the original Titan War, that would be cool to see, just because if you don't know about the original Titan Wars, a lot of politics, it would kind of it would be like watching like a war film or something like that. So that would be cool, but I don't know. What do you guys think?
I mean, if you were to do something, this is partially because of recency bias, but just because she's one of my favorite characters. You could do definitely do something on Hanji, because when it comes to knowing about the older characters, the trio of Erwin, Levi, and Hanji,
Oh yeah, that'd be good.
we got a decent amount for Levi and Erwin, even though it's not canon. The OVA of was it called No Regrets? I think it's called No
Yeah.
Regrets. So you have that. You could definitely do something for Hanji and explore exactly what's the origin of why she was so attracted to Titans. Where did the love come from, and her building up that research department. That could be something very interesting.
Petra prequel.
No. The ship is dead.
It's kind of, yeah, it's
I
dead
mean,
and buried.
The only thing I could think of, because I feel like, yeah, you could do prequels with some of the characters. Like, I feel like they do a lot of backstory when it comes to Eren, and where his dad came from and all the other Titans and stuff. Sequel, yeah, I don't know anything about that. I think it would be interesting to do a spin-off series of all the other, I don't know, I guess what you would call them countries. While all that other stuff's going on, let's take a look and see what all these other countries are doing at the time of, when the wall fell and all this other stuff, and see what their troubles and what their racism is and what they believe. And I'd be curious just to see that, because, we have Yonkabone from his country, and it's like, where's everyone else from that? I want to see the whole, I want to see what that country is like, and I want to see all the other different ones. I'd be curious to see that.
You know what's interesting about that too? If you were to follow an Eldian and what you're talking about with a country outside of Paradis or Marley, they have already said that besides of course Paradis Island, Marley is like the least racist country
Yeah.
for Eldians.
Holy shit.
Like other
Wow.
places, they don't even get the whole badge, and they don't even get that treatment. So
Damn.
if you were to follow an Eldian in those other countries, we could really explore how bad things are, because it's just something that's kind of told to us.
So you say this is like some Schindler's List type thing?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would
Yeah.
actually be kind of interesting.
Well, it would just be interesting to me just to see what they would go through, and I don't know,
You're
just
totally
what
right.
the countries different, how they live and prosper and whatnot. That'd be the only thing I could think of.
Yeah, there's so many. God, the more I discuss this topic, the more like I think it's kind of like wasted if they don't do something with some of these characters.
But no live action.
They already did
It would-
that.
It would have to be like an anime original type of thing, because as far as I'm aware, Isayama's done with Attack on Titan.
Yeah, I would be too.
Hollywood, you stay away from this property, Hollywood.
It's already happened. They've already
No.
made 2 live action
No.
films. And they're
Hollywood
not-
has?
No, not Hollywood, but Japan has, and
Oh, right. They did do that.
yeah, I watched
Can we
those.
get can we get a second sequel to Junior High?
Oh my god, yeah. Oh man, those live action movies. Why'd you gotta remind me about that? They had Hanji with an RPG. Kind of cool. Think about it. Hanji with an RPG sort of makes sense, but it doesn't at the same time. They have
I
like,
mean, why not?
it's like set and like they have like helicopters and like skyscrapers and that, but like this isn't AOT, and they still have the walls, and I'm like, bro, you have like Abrams tanks. What is the issue? They're just Titans. Shoot their head off. I don't know, man. I don't know. Anyways, next question. We spent too much time on this. Which anime character would have a highly successful OnlyFans? Oh my god, Marin?
Jesus.
Like,
Wait,
Marin
wait.
would be the
Which
queen.
anime character will have a highly? Oh, I mean, there's so many characters you can
So many.
choose for this.
Riaz.
Honestly, yeah, Marin would. She has the bubbly personality, Gyaru get up going for her. So
Marin is like right now what the girl, like she is like the pin-up girl of this era. So I think Marin would probably be, in my opinion, the best one.
it should be a
Not that
pretty
I
good
would
one.
subscribe to it. Now hold on.
No. I know this one.
What?
Belolaika.
What?
I mean,
I
there
mean,
are some messed
like,
up people out there that want to see those
There are
scars.
people that like scars.
I mean, like, if you're attractive, you're gonna have people following you. But I don't think she would be one of the best. She just wouldn't give a shit.
Light Roller
Some
says
people
Nami.
like the scar.
Nami.
No, I think Nami would. She loves money.
She does, but she doesn't really have the OnlyFans type of personality that I think you would need.
Maybe not. But she does flash the crew at times and then ask for money. So.
Don't forget Hanji.
Oh yeah. Hanji is like underrated in her horniness.
She's
You just-
only horny for big stuff.
And who could we forget? How could we forget Colin, who's depressingly horny?
Yeah, Colin would absolutely beat OnlyFans all the way. There's like, she would be pretty big.
Yeah, until someone says they're from Britannia.
Then she
You're
turns
from
red.
Britannia? No! How could you?
Who donated that? They said they're from Britannia. Kick them out.
Well, I guess C2 as well would be good on that.
Oh my god! All she would do is just eat pizza and just really into the
Yeah.
microphone, just ASMR, just.
I got the good one. Holo, because Holo in a past life was a courtesan, so she do it. URW6 is Lucy for Fairy Tale. That's a no-brainer.
Okay, but what about dudes though? We're talking about
Dudes?
the girlies. What about dudes?
I think Reiner would do it.
Saitama.
Tama would not do that.
No, he would be so bored. Well, okay. Then let's do Putty Putty Prisoner.
Yeah, he probably would.
Yeah. What about Pig God?
He would just eat.
I feel like
he'd be doing mukbangs.
I feel like Joseph Joestar would do it.
Ooh. Anyone from
Oh yeah.
No, Reagan would 100% have an OnlyFans.
Yeah.
100%.
I can see that. Oh man.
You think he would be scamming people?
Oh yeah.
He like donate and I'll show you my feet.
He'd
Just
be in the
kidding, I'm not gonna show my
NFTs.
feet.
Well, Mob was in the NFTs. He had the monkey shirt.
This is true.
So he'd be Mob would be Introducing Reagan to NFTs. Oh my god, what's some other dudes?
Levi would just alone because he's handsome.
Yeah, Levi would. yeah. Levi would.
The second he puts on his cleaning outfit, oh, he getting those donations.
Oh my god, all the Petras in the world will cry. I don't fuck. I for some reason I can't. What would? Let's see. Would Sanji from One Piece do it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know who that is, but yeah.
He's the chef. In the
Yeah,
Four Kids dub, he had like a Brooklyn accent.
Yeah. He was the smoker.
Yeah.
Your mammy would do it from Kakaguri.
Well, I mean, yeah. I think a lot of people from Kakegurui would do a lot of really interesting things on OnlyFans.
Oh yeah.
What is that supposed to mean?
They'd be breathing really heavy, and you'll see their fog and their face turning
Oh
red.
god. Yeah, they'd go at Hegio, whatever the fuck.
Aqua would do it.
Aqua.
Bet me.
Aqua would probably be one of the most popular ones, actually.
She would cry the whole time.
Darkness would do it.
She would probably just try to convert everybody to Axis cultists.
Ooh, Darkness would be good. She would just take abuse from everybody trolling her and like calling her names, and she'd be just moaning the whole time.
Darkness would be that OnlyFans account. Not that I know. Would like take like you donate stuff for her to wear, and everybody just like buys her like these weird fucking outfits. She'd be that girl.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Light Roller says, "Don't say that about my queen Aqua, Satsuki."
Didn't you say this about your other queen, Nami?
How many queens does Light Roller have? Also,
Apparently,
I call
like
dibs on
3.
Nami.
No, I think you already lost that battle. See, people have been claiming Nami for years at this point.
Listen, I will
It's
invent a
true.
time machine.
Okay.
We'll figure it
I
out.
didn't know we had Bomo on the podcast.
I'll have you know I work for a place called Capsule Corp. You know Oda, writer of One Piece, he married a Nami cosplayer. So there you go.
It's just true.
He won. He literally won.
Yumai would never be on One Piece, or sorry, on OnlyFans. She would be on the dark web getting tortured.
Yeah, a fitting end for Yamai.
Yeah,
No doubt.
in a barrel.
Next question. If you had to spend the day with your anime waifu in the real world, where would you go / do, and with who are you going with?
Oh, I know this one. Going to Dave and Buster's.
With who?
With who?
Oh, shoot. All right, I didn't think this through. Come back to me.
Okay. You're so ready for it. I was like, oh, duh.
I think EA
You already
just
asked
wants to
for
go to
mine.
Dave and Buster's. I think we know what EA wants to do. Person be damned. Let's see. Saber. Where would I go with Saber?
God damn it.
I don't know. We go to like the library. I'd be like, hey, can you just
Library.
yeah, she's the king of England. So like,
Library though.
well, I mean, there's actually. Well,
So you
hold
can
on.
rent some like movie for like $2.
You know what? That's also not a bad idea. No, listen. If you go to a library with freaking King Arthur, it's kind of it's a no-brainer. You just get a lot of history books and be like, is this right? What happened here? Is this true? That would be really compelling.
Hmm.
Yeah.
All right, I thought of the person.
All right.
Let's hear it.
I'll take Elibeto to Dave and Buster's.
Why her?
Why? Because she's hot.
Oh, well, okay, makes sense.
Like, I'll teach her, it's like, this is how you play, any kind of arcade game. This is Fruit Ninja. Here's the basketball hoops.
Fruit Ninja kind of good though.
Yeah. Here's the Mario Kart racing game. Put your face right here. Take a picture. And gotta play the best game, the claw machine. Just to see her get upset over the claw machine, and then she'll just punch you when she gets frustrated.
Scams. So you just want Albedo to get scammed out of her
Don't we
dollar.
all?
I mean, yeah, but also I'd probably be looking at her outfit the whole time.
You know what?
All right.
I'm gonna go with something different because I was going to think of Holo, but I want to choose a different character. So how about, C talked about Saber. Let's go Fate in the Fate universe. How about I take Irisville to like the Grand Prix or something like that?
Cup.
Yeah, the Cup.
Yeah.
You saw how much fun she had driving around, and then we get in like the go karts, and that'll be a fun time.
And you know what? You can pour some alcohol in her, because she'll retain it, and then you can just like drink beer from her.
You're sick. You do that anyways.
Well, it's a cup. I mean,
no, I know of your exploits. See,
what does that mean?
I can't say that stuff on the internet.
Decrepit Storm brings up a good point. He says that would be a great history project. I have primary sources. That is true. Oh man, and you could bring Saber in to class and show her off.
Tell.
Be like, this is the King of England. This is Saber. She's short. She notably, as you can tell, carries a sword and can shoot beams of energy from that sword.
Oh, look, see, we have a question from Jimmy in the front row.
Jimmy, what was your question?
She has boobs.
She does. She's very flat though.
How is she? He a she?
She's technically a she. Well, this is a little complicated, Jimmy. In the lore of Fate, she's both. You see, I
don't get it.
So, Saber has a daughter.
I was told women have vaginas and boys have penises.
Well, Saber's got technically only one, but can have both. And that's through the use of magic. That's how Mordred was born.
Yeah,
just left.
Yeah, I think the parents are going to be mad at you, see.
Listen, don't blame it on me, blame it on Merlin, okay? He's the one who made the PP for Saber. It wasn't me.
Saber has a PP?
Yeah, that's how she gave birth to Mordred. Merlin...
Wait, what?
Yeah, so the story is that she needed to give birth to a child to pass on, the line, right? Keep it going. And so she went to Merlin, Merlin, magical. It's the Merlin you think. Yeah, the wizard. And Saber's like, hey, Merlin, I need a pee-pee. And so Merlin's like, yeah, whatever. Here you go. Here's your pee-pee.
So I got mine.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
and you want me to watch? I now know why you want me to watch Fate.
I mean, that's not in Fate Zero. This is some extended stuff.
See, so the Bible Black to Fate pipeline is real.
It's shockingly yes. I think. Next question. Would you rather be in the redo of Healer world or in the Goblin Slayer world?
I don't know how the I don't know how the world of redo. I don't know how the world is there, honestly. I mean, I guess I would choose that because what I know of it is the guy is the problematic person. I don't know like how the monsters are or anything else. But with the goblins, I'm just not going to survive. I don't think.
I'm going
So-
Goblin Slayer. I'm taking on those goblins. They're gonna go down. Listen, I've played enough RuneScape to know that goblins ain't shit. All right, I pull out my bronze sword and I get to work. That's what I do. I'm the bronze Goblin Slayer.
Yeah, you're gonna die.
Grand Exchange. We're gonna get some cooked lobster on the Grand Exchange. We're gonna get some defense potions. And I'm surprised I'm remembering all of this. And then we're going to destroy those goblins in the starting town.
All right. See, I'm coming with you.
Got a party. Just saying.
I am. I'm coming with you, and I'm coming for not just that, but for the physics.
Are you gonna
I don't-
try to
I don't-
seduce witch boobs?
I mean, that would be no, not witch boobs. I'll go with the blind priest.
Well,
Just you don't know what I look like, so it's no big deal.
well, if we're doing RuneScape analogy, that could be your RuneScape girlfriend.
All right, I'll get blind girl, and you get witch bobs because she smokes and hides shit in her boobs.
Smoking's fun.
She talks really slow too. You have to remember that. She's
I'm
always
just-
out of breath. See, tactics.
Well, that's
I have
because
something.
she has the auto run on, and you shouldn't have auto run on because that's gonna waste your stamina real quick. You gotta have toggle run. Just saying. I don't know if that's a feature in RuneScape. Maybe. Been like over a decade. Give me a break. Next question. You are the 1 millionth client in a bookstore, and they gift you all the volumes of any manga. What manga series would you like to get?
Ooh, I think it. Okay, so like the merchant in me is saying like just pick whatever series is popular and has a whole bunch of volumes, so something like One Piece. For the pure fact that you could just sell them.
Yeah,
Honestly,
you get a lot from that.
That's a lot of money.
I've heard those early volumes are also a little bit more rare too. So, and some of the arcs are not reprinted. So, yeah,
Like
that's a good
if
one.
it's something I had to keep, I'm not going to choose One Piece. But if it's just something to benefit me monetarily, I'll probably pick One Piece because hot commodity. A lot of volumes makes a lot of sense, but if it's just something for my enjoyment, I want all the volumes of Shadow's House. And it's not even because it's my favorite ongoing manga right now. That's part of it, but it's because I already own most of the all of the Watamote volumes up to the English, the latest English one. I own some of Attack on Titan. I own all of Hunter x Hunter. And some of Kakegurui, so it's only like a couple of things I'm missing for like my most favorited series. So yeah, Shadow's House.
I'm picking the quintessential quintuplets. That's the
I
one
have
that
that
I
too.
want. They have beautiful volume covers, and I like quintessential quintuplet. Fun series. So I think that's the one that I would pick.
I mean, if I could get them all, even like, because if they're still continuing, I want them all. If I'm the millionth customer, I'd better get every new volume here out after. I'll do One Piece. One Punch Man, because One Punch Man, just because it's so beautifully drawn. I love the covers. I love the artwork, and it's definitely something that I could revisit and just go like, look at this fucking chapter. Doesn't that look cool? Look at that one. Yeah. That or Watamote.
Hey.
Because now I'm a fan. Thanks to Scott. To Skotsky, I'm gonna go to him.
Shout out to Skotsky though.
Gotsy, I heard his name. I heard people call him Scott a lot, and he really hates that. So.
I mean,
Guys
Skotsky,
unhinged.
he drinks a lot of scotch.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate for him, honestly. Honestly, fuck Scott. Seriously, that piece of shit.
Yeah.
He stole my hockey sticks.
I heard he's cheated on his girl. Not really a stand-up guy.
I heard his girl's an AI.
Or should we say he tried to cheat on his girl with
Ow.
an AI?
He tried to code it
And
in.
failed.
Yeah,
It was really bad.
yeah, pretty rough.
I mean, even if robots don't want you, you've hit rock bottom.
Yeah.
Well, actually, that could be a form of. Never mind. Never mind. Let's go ahead and get into our main topic of the evening, Satsuki. Let's talk about Code Geass episode 25, the season finale.
No, you can't sing that anymore. We got
Alright.
the generic opening.
Right. It's
I'm going to prove my love to you, my love, and we're gonna fight.
I haven't even watched. Just hearing like the first 10 seconds of it, I just go, no. I'm not watching this. And I've watched the opening every single time for up until this last one. I just don't like this opening, man. But it's the last episode of Code Geass R1, round 1, and very much enjoyed it. But I will say, rewatching this has opened up my eyes to a lot of things Code Geass related as far as my criticisms with the series.
Same.
So while I do think, I'll just say, like, I'll talk in the overall picture first. So, while I do think this was a really good ending, it's not as great as I remembered it to be. I'll say that much. There are a lot of things in here that are just like very clunky. I'll say the first thing, and you guys go after this. I don't understand why Lelouch ends up sparing Cornelia. It just doesn't really. I mean, she is, but that's his sister. So I don't know if that had any bearing on it.
I mean, well, we figured out last episode he may have been into to relatives. So,
well, okay, let's say that's the case. I mean, if he had a thing for someone, it was a thing for the nicer girls like Yuffie, Nunnally. I don't think he really would have had a thing for Cornelia, even though she is in fact hot.
really, you could prove that factually.
I'm gonna take her to Dave & Buster's.
Well, that's your new one.
Yeah,
Probably gonna hate you
Cornelia.
because she's kind of racist.
Oh, that too. It's like, are you British? No, I'm American. Oh, get the fuck out of here.
Oh man, imagine that, Cornelia, my beloved. Let's go on a date to Dave & Buster's.
It's a great conversational starter. You know how good people are by how many times they can win at games.
Also, fun fact: voice actress for Cornelia voices Shepard in Mass Effect. So there you go. Connecting the dots.
Is this like some bigger conspiracy theory that you have?
The cuckening of Code Geass. Cuck
I mean-
Geass.
I mean, Mal did get cucked pretty much. That was pretty sad.
Yeah,
I'm
poor guy lost his voice and his dick.
in some weird, evil, awful alternate universe that should never be mentioned again. Orange Boy coming back is replaced with Mal.
I forgot about the Orange Boys. I'll let you guys cover that, but I'll just say to finish up the whole Cornelia thing, it just doesn't make sense because this is the same guy who killed Clovis, knowing Clovis had no information about the death of his mother. Now, mind you, Clovis wasn't a good guy, and they keep trying to frame him retroactively as a guy that was somewhat decent because how Yuffie talks about him, or even how Cornelia talks about him. But yeah, his actions in the first couple of episodes of Code Geass will say otherwise. But he does something like that. He has the resolve to kill Yuffie. Why does he not kill Cornelia? You can't make the excuse that, oh, it's because Orange Boy showed up when he did, because he just turned his back on her after he got the information he needed and he didn't do anything afterwards. Why not kill her in that
Big
instance?
boobs.
you know, you should know like how great Britannia's medical technology is. So in the event that she does survive that, it's gonna bite you back.
They apparently help, Chinese people that they don't even know off the ground.
Yeah, Mao took 30 shots to his chest, arms, legs, dick, and every other appendage you can think of.
Ah, butters.
And, yeah. He took all those shots and came back a week later. So I think you might want to double tap Cornelia, and not in that way.
None.
I mean, I'll take that.
Oh,
you know what?
tap.
All pun intended. I'll take the bullet for Cornelia. I know.
Or you'll give her the bullet. Oh.
I know. Like I know. I don't have to do it. You don't have to do it, man. I hear you saying it. But listen, I'll do it for you guys, my friends, my nakama, and for all the viewers. I'll take the bullet, Cornelia, and I'll think nothing about any of you while doing it. But I will nobly sacrifice myself.
Okay.
And this moment will go down in history.
So you're saying, like at the climax, while she's screaming "sea tactics," you're going to be screaming "for the cause."
Yes.
Yes. He just accidentally says Vladilina's name in bed.
I would never do such a thing. Not with Cornelia. What the fuck? I mean, not that I would do it anyways, but...
You're like, oh, Vlad. She's like, who the fuck is Vlad?
The Impaler?
Vladdy.
I'm sorry. And then you take the bullet once again.
Also, I love the quotes in this episode. Damn, that latch was thick. And and stupid ass cat, screw this.
Oh my god. First of, now the cat is not racist anymore.
Yeah. Cat's backing up his boy.
I don't get it. That kind of pissed me off in a way. The cat's been biting him this whole time. Then the one time he's gonna get it, he's like, no.
That's his. Shuzaku is his punching bag, and no.
Right, he's like, that's my bread and butter. Don't you dare kill him.
He's like Gus Fring, like he's mad that somebody else would dare kill his prey.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much.
Oh my god! Jeez. Speaking of Gus Fring, I was gonna make a joke on this episode of KOA, where I was gonna be like, EA, this is like not watching season 2 is like not even knowing there's a season 4 and 5 of Breaking Bad. And it turns out that, well, EA, you have some things to clarify.
Yes, I do. So, when I saw this a long time ago, I didn't know it was split up seasonally because I kind of watched everything on a quote-unquote site. And it was labeled 1 through 50. So I just assumed it was all just one whole show, like a whole series, like Inuyasha or I don't know, anything. So when you guys said, "Oh, they made a second season," I was thinking they did. They made one after, because I already know how it ends. I was thinking, what else could they possibly do? And then you guys were like, "Oh man, you don't know? Oh shit!" I'm thinking, what else is there? So it was my mistake. I thought you guys were talking about after the actual ending. Won't spoil it for anybody. But yeah, my mistake.
There you go. EA has indeed seen the ending to Geass.
All I do know is, well, I guess we'll call it the second season. It does get more etchier. They added
Angles.
Wasn't there a character that could slow time or something?
I will neither confirm nor deny these rumors, these accusations.
I won't say the ending, because that's big. But
all I remember is they go crazy with Colin.
They with the angles for sure. When she's in her Mark II, people are like going, "Oh damn, she's bent over."
Oh yeah, we haven't seen the movie. None of us have. And I don't have any interest.
I've never seen the movie because I heard. I don't know how they're gonna. If they ever did make a sequel to this series, I don't like how could it go on. Anyway,
I'm not interested.
Yeah, we'd have to watch all 3 of them too, because it's like its own universe. Like the whole thing with Shirley doesn't even happen, and that's
does it
why.
make out with Nina.
No, she doesn't show up.
Ew.
She like with the way like season 2 kind of goes, she wouldn't show up in season 3 or the 3rd movie or whatever, the movie they made. So what they did is they recapped the first 2 seasons with the first 2 movies and made it its own like alternate reality where certain characters that shouldn't show up because they're like leave the show or whatever it may be show up in that movie. Like imagine like a character being like, well, that's it for me, see you guys later.
We
and that's
get Mal.
The main villain.
Can we pretend like he doesn't exist?
That would be great because what did he add to the series other than, oh, there's other people that had contracts with C2 and this guy went crazy.
Well, I think he is important because he builds to the lore of, like you said, us knowing about the Geass and knowing also too that it can go out of control to the point to where he doesn't have to consciously activate it anymore.
Yeah, and then there's apparently like a young, is it a boy or a girl with the hair and the ears?
It's a boy. You're talking about V2, I think.
Yeah, V2, the V8 drink.
It's not
good anymore.
It's not a boy. It's the boy. You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't. What are you talking about?
I was gonna say V2 is annoying.
I don't think V2 has like said more than 10 words.
Yeah, and I'm already hate him.
That's like a record.
Babu says the Shirley thing is the only difference. Okay. I thought they
V2 came out, he's like, I gotta tell you something about your brother. He's actually Zero.
I mean, that's honestly, that's pretty far off, but at the same time, that's pretty on point. It's like both at once. That's crazy.
Well, how do you guys feel about the resurgence of Jeremiah, Orange Boy?
That's all his character is now, is Zero.
Yeah.
I must kill Zero. I must kill Zero.
I like the idea of Orange Boy's character. I think he's a little bit better in season 2, though. But I don't really. He's kind of forgettable in season 1, honestly. So
definitely, I'll give you that because he started off good, but then all of a sudden after he got Geass, he just wasn't the same. He was just still Orange Boy, and I don't know what the government did to him, but they turned him into like a robot.
He's the Green Goblin.
Yeah.
You're right. He is a Green Goblin.
Yeah.
That hates the color orange, but he's the Green Goblin.
The Orange Goblin.
That's pretty much what he is. It's like, after you, Spider-Man.
Maybe Code Orange was the Green Goblin. The Orange Goblin.
Yes. It was me, see? The Green
Avenge
Goblin.
me!
Orange Boy.
Avenge me!
He's pretty much a meme. Like, honest, it's weird to say that about a character who did what he did in this episode, which was stall the hell out of Lelouch and forced C2 to do this suicide maneuver which also begs the question, how does C2 know how to pilot these days exactly?
Listen, she was in Call of Duty in this episode. She was a demon on the sticks.
It's one thing to be like, I guess, okay, but she's like an actually good pilot.
I I think it's kind of like a fate thing, where it's like Saber's really good at writing, or I guess like piloting stuff.
Good at
Because
writing. Ooh.
Yeah.
well,
he
technically
was,
she is. She's an A grade in writing. So
You gave her a grade?
not me, the writer.
Ah, okay.
of the
They gave her a
series.
grade.
Yeah, they gave her.
Alright.
She can literally pilot pretty much any modern vehicle.
She's good on the sticks then.
Yeah, she's really good on the sticks, and I think it's the same with C2.
You
Where-
saying she's good with the manual,
Yeah.
not the automatic? Just
Yeah.
the hands-on.
In an annoying way, yes. Very much.
Well, we also got the Lelouch C2 kiss. So is that
So
kind of forced.
the first person Lelouch? Or did he?
I think it-
No, Shirley was the first one.
oh yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I can't remember.
But
Yeah.
To me, that seemed kind of forced.
to echo you, EA, a little bit, I agree. However, the context around why I say that is a little bit different. I think it was forced because I think she was just like, I'm gonna die. Might as well kiss a dude before I go out. I think it was like that, where it was like, fuck it, about to die. Let's make out.
It's just it didn't have like the same emotional weight as you would expect from this farewell type of kiss. And I don't know if it's because I don't want to speak to the future events, but I don't know if it's because I didn't buy that C2 was going to die in this thing that she did,
That's
or
the
what
issue.
it was. But you know what is? I don't want to compare it to this, but like the whole, you would know this, see the whole Misato and why am I forgetting his name?
Shinji?
Yeah, Shinji, like that type of farewell kiss. Like I know a
Yeah,
lot of people
that's a
have
good point.
issues with that, but like that has like some emotional weight towards it. This
Also,
doesn't. It
Yeah.
just happens for
It-
whatever reason.
Yeah, I feel like as well it was there because it felt like somebody in the studio, like somebody in like the people that were funding it, the production, were like,
Pizza
we
Hut.
gotta have this here because if we don't have her kissing the dude here, then that's gonna lead to 500% lower sales on C2 figures. Like,
I definitely think it's shit bait.
I do, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I think it is. At the end of the day, it's
I
shit
mean-
bait for a ploy to, for a larger goal.
The whole time that Lelouch has known C2, I never saw any any kind of romance or any type of like hinting at it or anything like that. Again, you don't have to kiss anybody for it to be romantic. I get that. But there was one scene where C2 was cuddling, or comforting, excuse me, not cuddling, Lelouch. And then that was it. Every other time it's, give me my damn pizza, shut the door. You can't use your Geass on me. Now let's kiss.
I do think they also had an intimate moment when they're in the cave and Lelouch
right.
learns
Oh, that's
about her real
right.
name.
I
Yeah.
forgot. She did kind of get excited about that.
Yeah.
You said it so freely.
So I guess it's not as bad then.
Well,
Okay.
I was
that's
thinking
the
as
thing
much
about
worse.
it.
Steakhouse
I'm-
sesh, do it.
I'm not mad at it makes it sound like we're kind of opposed to this whole Lelouch XC2 thing. I'm not mad at the ship. I just don't think the kiss was. I don't understand. Well, I do understand the purpose, but in my eyes, the only purpose it served was to entice you with thinking, Lelouch and C2, that could be a thing. I gotta watch more to see if that
Yeah.
pans out. It didn't have this romantic flair to it, or
But she wasn't
I was
related to
trying
him.
Oh my god, you're not my sister. You're not Nonali.
Ew. You can see me.
Don't worry, Lulu. You can call me sis. It's fine. No, it's not the same.
You can call me Big Sis.
We gotta be related.
No.
Oh man, she.
I mean-
I agree. I agree though. With you on that.
It should have been me. That's what the audience is
It
saying.
should have been me. Yeah. I don't know what else to say on it. Honestly.
I think Suzaku was probably at his best this episode, though.
Yeah, he had
I
aimbot.
felt his emotions here. I was actually like, I wasn't rooting for the guy, but I felt him in a moment, you know. But considering,
you felt him. Huh? When did you feel
I'm
him?
not you and Canute.
Listen, Canute's gonna come to the
He's
farm
gonna
and rescue
come.
me.
Oh, shit.
Well, that too. We're working on that, but
How long have you been working at it? Is he like that?
listen,
Terrible?
I'm not. I got carpal tunnel.
Oh, wow.
Shit hurts, man.
Okay.
I went from my right to my left.
They're both fucked up.
and
You have it so hard,
I bet it is.
See,
not in the way you think, or maybe.
I'm kind of scared now.
Jesus Christ. No wonder you use Canute for thumbnails.
He's good thumbnail material.
I bet he is. You're like, Canute, it's been 2 weeks and you haven't come yet. I got carpal tunnel in both of my hands. When are you gonna blow this load?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
But yeah, the you know, this was a big act of betrayal, considering that it's his best friend doing what he did, and it's also because of how dismissive he was about Yuffie, where he kind of just, you know, he talks about how, you know, his anger at how he got her wrapped up in it and ended up killing her, and he kind of just says that was the past. And it makes you think well, from Suzaku's perspective, it makes Lelouch seem heartless about that situation. Obviously we know he cared for Yuffie, but that definitely wasn't conveyed in that conversation. So I felt
Right.
Suzaku in that moment. Pretty tough.
Well, damn.
What is that helmet made out of, I wonder?
Plastic? What it feels like.
Just he if he would have just aimed his gun a little lower, he would have killed him.
Maybe it's porcelain. Cause it had a clean break.
It's,
I don't know.
Yeah, right down the middle.
Yeah, that's what she said.
What?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, it was a damn good shot, that's for sure. I was like, man, Suzaku's got aimbot. Shit.
Yeah.
While I like the stuff with Suzaku, I also think it's important to mention Colin's reaction, who is just absolutely gobsmacked.
No, it can't be. How are you Zero?
Yeah, because like Lulu is a Britannian, and she felt like she was being used by him. Which, yeah, he used the Japanese to get where he needed to be, and of course Colin would be like, "What the fuck, man?" Like I think I'd have the same reaction as Colin in this situation. So I feel like I sort of relate to her in that sense, where she feels kind of like the sympathetic party, which is really weird to consider that.
No,
But she's a terrorist. So
Canute, you used me.
I don't know. I'm trying to. I've been thinking about this. I don't know. I don't know if I can see the big picture of it, but I don't know if Colin should have felt that betrayed that it was Lelouch, considering she was already hot on his trail initially,
hot.
and then
Trail, huh?
we're gonna do this with like everything. we're gonna
I
pick
know,
apart like
right?
a word, like oh,
It's like, so I was taking a shit. Oh, taking a shit.
whoa.
Ooh, you taking, huh?
Um,
What were you taking? More descriptive. Say it slower.
Oh yeah, we're just gonna be Daru from Steins Gate.
Yes.
But yeah, she already had knowledge that it could have been Lelouch, but he expertly got her off his tail. And then they already knew that Zero wasn't Japanese. She knew that. So I don't know if that should have been as big of a surprise as it should have been. Suzaku being betrayed is because it's his best friend. What would make... I guess I'm just not understanding why Colin would feel that betrayed over it.
I don't know. Maybe it was because of the phone call thing. Like, maybe that threw her off. It's like, wait, Zero called me, but then you were here and I hit behind.
Well, it's just like, after finding out who his identity, she says like she comes to the conclusion that you've been using us. How does Lelouch being Zero make you feel used exactly? Like I said, I don't know. There could be something I'm just missing with this.
I mean, they definitely got as far as they did. They wouldn't have gotten as far without without Lelouch / Zero in their corner. So it's like she has a lot to thank him for. But maybe it's just the whole, I don't know, the whole shock of it all. Like, I never would have guessed. Oh my god.
I think it's the fact that he's Britannian and he's Lelouch of all people. I think that's what it is. Where they probably felt that it was a Japanese that was leading them.
Well, they know he wasn't Japanese. I can understand feeling betrayed because he's Britannia specifically, because that makes things different. They didn't know he was Britannian. They just knew he wasn't Japanese because they were at the meeting with, I forgot the old bald guy's name with the ugly
he got
face.
A really big face, but small face but a big head.
Yeah, they were at that meeting where he admitted as much that he wasn't Japanese. Him and Ogi. Actually, no, all the Black Knights know that. Because when they were going after Detard and, they were getting mad at him because he was Britannian, Lelouch says as much, did you forget that I'm also not Japanese? So they all know that.
But maybe it's something more personal to Colin then? Maybe Colin,
I suppose,
because they did have that interaction in the shower. So maybe she was like, "How the fuck did you do all this?" Like, maybe it's one of those reactions. It could be something a little bit more personal in that regard.
I guess so. She did want to protect the student council, so she had feelings towards those characters specifically, because she didn't really like her school life, but I think she liked the student council for the most part because she wanted to keep those guys safe. She even revealed her identity to make sure they were assured that they would be safe with the Black Knights taking over the school.
Did she reveal her OnlyFans?
That's for the horny perverts that need to get horny moinked. All right.
Oh, the horny.
Stay away. Stay away. She's not legal.
Yet.
Oh my god. Clip that, somebody.
What? No!
When we get that Steam Deck, I'm going to put in a lot of clips of C, especially the "She Makes Me Long and Hard."
No. Why would I ever press that button? Why would I ever press it?
You wouldn't push it, but I would.
What? Oh my god, you're getting one too? You're getting a Steam Deck as well?
I ain't never said
Steam Deck. Stream Deck. Damn it. I cry.
Maybe.
Well, any final thoughts on this episode of Code Geass?
I mean, after this episode ended, they had to wait a year before they could see what happened.
Something like that, yeah.
Man,
Fucking
what a
crazy
way
twist.
to end it. I mean, if this came out now and we were that into it, I don't know. I feel like we'd be like, "What happened, dude?
Where's my car?" Yeah, I think if this
Yeah.
show came out today, it would still be a banger too. So,
Oh yeah.
I
it
think
looks
so.
it looked great. Think of that art style and modern tech. That'd be good.
I think in regards to this episode, the only thing to talk about is the growing um discontent with everybody in the Black Knights with Zero, because he goes off to go on this island and everybody needs him, which, man, these guys are really bad without Lelouch. It shows you his value, but also people's incompetence, because you would think they would have some system in place to, if Zero's out of commission or something happens to him.
I was say, what if he dies?
Yeah, that's the thing about it, because they have, they give you a reason. Obviously, Lelouch is a big player. We understand that. We understand how much he brings to the table. But you have someone like Toto, who he broke him out from being executed, and he can't handle anything.
Not even that. Ogi.
Help me.
Wait, Ogi's trash. He's not good.
Bro, we
he
haven't
got
even
shot.
talked about that.
He got shot in the tummy.
Tummy wummy.
Just the way he got shot is so funny to me.
He got shot in the liver, right? Also, the dude, like,
Oh.
how do you even explain all this?
She was hot, bro. Dude, she was totally hot. Then falls over dead.
Honestly, literally, he was thinking with his dick. I don't blame him, but not like this.
I blame him. You can't be a terrorist. Hey, this is the way you go out.
No, I mean, like, you're gonna be a terrorist and you suddenly find a hot single girlfriend who cooks for you and wears aprons and has boobs. I would stop being a terrorist.
You're saying our solution to stop any dictator or terrorist in history is to go back and give them a big titty goth girl?
Yeah.
He's right. He's actually right.
Yeah.
That's what we need to do with Brittler. Wait, Brittler has like a whole bunch of women and he's still evil.
Well, he's British, so.
Oh. Yeah, I forgot. He's inherently evil. There's no saving him.
Yeah, I agree with you guys. Ogi is. I actually liked Ogi quite a bit. I think that's just because I wanted to vicariously, when I first watched this, live through him. like it's Valletta, come on. But yeah. Man, Ogi, he's not that great. I think he's the one.
She's so hot.
Ogi would be a worse leader due to him being a simp. Yeah.
Yeah. This was his final words. She was hot.
But yeah, these guys can't hold up without him. It's sad. Toto, you were the leader of the Japanese Federation. You should be able to lead these guys on, at least on a small scale. I'm not saying he has to be a general the way Lelouch was, but you were in that role. And Dtar tries to excuse it by saying he just doesn't have the charisma as Lelouch. That's true, but he's still a battle general that was called Toto the miracle worker. Where are the damn miracles? I haven't seen one yet.
Yeah, it's like, I'm Toto, and I do this. Where's Zero?
His miracle.
I'm a coward.
His miracle is that he's good at dubbing.
Huh? Yeah, he has a beautiful voice. But I don't like that he's that incompetent, because, again, Lelouch is missing. We understand his value. He's more valuable than any other person they have on the other side. But they're missing Cornelia. They're missing their biggest hitter in Suzaku. You should be able to get something done. Something. Lelouch even like wiped out a good majority of their military power with his with his nightmare and with the initial attack of destroying the Tokyo settlement. So, like, damn, how much do you guys need him to do? Like, I don't understand. But it is what it is.
Yeah. And I guess that's the end of Code Geass. I guess we'll never know what happened.
It's there, yeah. I heard they're picking it back up for the new Mario live action, but we'll see.
I know what happens.
Oh shit.
Oh man. Do tell.
So like when they go Suzaku, Lelouch, Lelouch isn't really used to handling guns, so he actually misses Suzaku and hits Colin.
Oh,
and then
shit.
No.
Poor Colin.
Suzaku, Lelouch accidentally falls over because he's a little clumsy, and the bullet bounces off and hits Colin twice. And they just look at her.
Damn. Colin's got really bad luck. Shit. She should have not walked under that ladder, broken that mirror, walked in front of the black cat, and summoned Satan. She fucked up.
Yeah, you forgot about opening the umbrella inside the house.
Damn. And not taking off her shoes or entering the house. What a bitch.
Isn't it like a penny, tail side down? It's bad luck too.
Yeah, she got all the bad luck, apparently, it turns out.
She probably stepped on the crack. That's why her mama's on crack.
It's fucking her. Apparently, Colin's mother is so crippled now that when you look at her, it's like looking at an acute angle. It's just her spine is a 90-degree bend.
Cautionary tale for you guys.
Yeah.
Yes.
Don't be Colin.
Yes. Step on the crack.
However,
break your mother's back.
However, she's got a good OnlyFans. Not that I would know, of course.
Of course.
At least she's out there hustling. Good for her. Trying her best.
She's eating ramen going, if you're a damn Britannian, don't you dare leave me a tip.
Well, let's go ahead and get into our main topics of the show. Buddy Daddies. Episode 10. Guys, this episode made me cry. Legit. I cried.
Oh.
At the very end.
I cry?
I cry for real.
Wow.
Every time. All day. And it's because of this show. Not to say like I thought the story or the writing was, the best thing I've ever seen. It's just a very relatable moment between the two where it's just like, yeah, this whole episode is about, Miri's mother coming back around and she's got cancer, and it's just this whole episode was so great just for the simple fact that I don't think either of them are wrong. In fact, I even think Miri's mother is sort of right to a degree, because when Kazu's like, I can't give Miri back to you, he's like, well, I know what you guys do. You're dangerous. You're a hazard to my child. I'm taking her. And it's like,
snitch.
I mean,
it's true.
Okay, so yeah, it's one of those things to where there is no good situation coming out of this, because let's say he doesn't. What was that guy's name? The bartender guy.
Q.
Is it like Q or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna call him Q.
His name is a fucking like a sound a Pokemon makes.
Q Taro, I think. Yeah, Q Taro. I'm just gonna call him Q, but yeah, Q. I mean, it was either, like he said, either you guys leave the organization, or this is the alternative. And leaving the organization, I presume, means that they will have a target on their back, and they will have to be on a run with Miri, and they wouldn't be able to live a stable lifestyle anymore. So that's the options they had in front of them. So Q was just trying he looked for the best alternative. Let me call her biological mother and try to get somebody else to take care of Miri, somebody that she's close to, because I mean, he could like probably try to step in it, but he's also involved in that life. So you had to, if you're going to have some alternative, this is probably the best thing you can do. and you don't want it to happen because we saw how unfit the mother was. But she's, she cut her hair, so obviously she's changed.
So that means automatically better.
Yeah, I mean,
to be fair,
listen,
she does look
she's-
way more motherly now.
yeah.
So it did something.
She doesn't really have the droopy eyes anymore. I mean,
No, she's
she cut the drinking. I presume. Still smoking though. That's probably got to stop.
she doesn't have to now. She hasn't got much longer to live.
Yeah.
Which is another
Yeah.
thing.
She inherited the Titan.
Yeah, the cancer titan.
What? What?
That's why she doesn't have long to live.
Yeah.
Like Reiner,
Damn.
but actually dies. Yeah, no, I mean, that's the whole thing as well. You have to consider that. And this is why I love this episode so much. And just the idea is like, yeah, she can take Miri back. She has the right to. And it may even make a lot of sense to some degree. But at the end of the day, I think it would be pretty advantageous to just let Miri go back and then maybe set up something to where after she passes away, some degree, the mother is like, all right, once this happens, I trust you guys to do that. Whatever that is, right? So then again, at the same time, why would I let two assassins with my kid? But then again, she already did anyway. So it's like logic, it is what it is.
Yeah, the fact that, all of a sudden she wanted to be a mother it's a bit irritating, but at the same time, if she really has changed, technically it's her kid. They're not her dad, unfortunately. And it, sucks to be just that straightforward and to the point when it comes to it, but yeah, they raised her like she was their own, and I thought it was a very, very well written episode because it was like almost pretty much like what you said, Saskia. Like everything was, this is the good alternative. You could either do this or do that. There was no way out because honestly, this is probably what's best for her. She'll forget about it over time, especially that young, maybe. But what I'm curious to see what they do with the next episode, and I don't think they're going to do this, but what I think would be cool is if they actually did a time skip. And now Miri is like older, she's a teenager, and maybe runs into them and they're still part of the organization. And then that's when they come into one of these things where it's like, all right, are we going to be a part of the organization still? Or are we going to leave? Will she even remember us? Will she resent? I would like to see that. I think that would be cool. But I don't think they would do that in this. I think it's going to go the route of, we quit the organization. Oh, Mary's back and the mother's dead of cancer.
I think. Oh, go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say in the chat, URW6 says this is you clean yourself up when your life is threatened or is at its end of the rope. And there's a quote from the last episode of AOT from Kiyomi, which I think is really funny, where she says, "Time will not turn back, but my sense of regret will never end. Why must we experience loss before we can realize to respect others?" And I think it's one of those things where it's like she regrets it now because she fucked up, and now she's doesn't have her life anymore. I think it's one of those things.
It's very realistic in that sense because you'll hear, if you hear a lot of stories from addicts or anybody that are in a bad place, they'll tell you that it takes them hitting this point that they call rock bottom to where everything, like, it feels like the world has fell on them for them to change. Because even in a dark places, they'll be able to cope with it some way, shape, or form. But it isn't until you almost have no options other than to change that you'll try to better yourself. And unfortunately, that's what it took. You don't want somebody to have to hit rock bottom, but some people absolutely need it. And all you can hope is that the mother makes a permanent change while she's still alive for her child. And I think that's what makes everything about this episode so bitter and sad, is because she has a point with their profession and how that would danger Miri, but it's kind of like you don't want to accept it because she's coming into Miri's life and it doesn't feel like she earned it. It just feels like, well, I might as well be a mother, and that's something that it feels whimsical.
Right. It's like, hey, thanks for taking care of my daughter this whole time. I'll take her back now.
Yeah.
I wonder what whimsicals taste like.
It tastes sad and depressing, or it tastes like nicotine.
Nice.
Tastes sad and depressing. Oh, an almond joy. Gotcha.
The Almond Joy fans are going to get mad of us now.
Well, I mean, fuck almond fans. Fuck you guys.
I mean,
you guys
almond,
are pieces of
almond.
shit.
I hate coconut. That's the part where I'm just like, ugh.
I'm waging a war against every single person that's ever even looked at an almond. How dare you?
Well, it goes me.
Who do you think you are to get off on almonds?
All
Did
right,
you know
Sasuke, ready to tag team
almonds
this?
ruin the environment?
What are you talking about? They make milk.
This is true. Search it up. Search it up. I implore you all to search. Almonds
hold on.
killed my entire family.
Almonds killed sea tactic.
Yeah. No, almost. But he didn't. But the almond didn't get me.
How almonds went from deadly to delicious.
Go. There you go.
A thread. Oh, man. This episode was heavy. I said this on Twitter, but I want to say this again. Remember we watched the first couple episodes of this, maybe 2 or 3, and we kind of compared it to Spy Family.
Yeah. Those were the days.
And I think even then I kind of pushed back towards that because I saw where it was diverging from, because I understood why people were saying that, because the setup is definitely reminiscent of Spy Family, given that these two people are assassins and the plot is kind of out there. It's not super grounded, just like Spy Family. But I think what this show does better in comparison to Spy Family is the actual family dynamics with these two learning to be parents and actively being parents. That's kind of one thing you don't really get with Spy Family. Not to say that Lloyd and Yor aren't parents. It's just that here, well, yeah, sometimes they're not very good, or at least Yor for that matter.
Anya-san.
Yeah. But these guys, it just feels super realistic. Like I said, like the struggle that they go through being parents, because these guys weren't really great at the start. Seeing like Kazuki be the guy he's like the cheerleader mom almost, and seeing how they like balance meals and take her to daycare and everything. It just
being called Weenie Papa.
Yeah. Just it gives you the emotional feel of these guys being a real family. And I don't think you get that necessarily in Spy Family. At least not as much as you get it here.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
I also feel like Mary feels like a real authentic 4-year-old versus Anya. You know, Anya's not, I mean, she doesn't really act like a kid, even though she's supposed to be a kid. But, I mean, that's the charm of her character, is that she's a little smarter than the average 4-year-old, I guess. But Mary acts just like a kid. You know, I want this. I want to ride that. Give me.
Yeah, it really felt like a parent wrote this. Like it literally felt like somebody on the staff had a child and wrote a script for like for Miri, that felt really real and accurate. So I agree with that. It's a good point.
Yeah, it's this is a huge surprise of the season for sure. I didn't think it would get this real.
Yeah, it's a
like
great show.
how many anime have done with the topic of like custody battles? Because we didn't really see a big struggle between these two, other than when Miri's mother pushed back and revealed that she knew about them. But like that was an actual thing, because had it not been for that information, they would have fought to keep Miri, and it could have got real ugly.
Yeah.
I don't know
Good
how many
point.
times I've ever seen. I don't know if I've ever seen that in anime. In fact,
Yeah, I can't think of anything. The only thing that comes remotely close would maybe be Usagi drops, but at that point, no. I think this one does it better.
maybe in quintessential quintuplets,
Yeah,
because
that
the
too.
dad comes back there, but it's just he just that
dad's
one.
a piece of shit.
Yeah, that one doesn't really hold weight because that guy's he's just bad.
Right.
So it doesn't even come to like
Ba-na-na-na-na.
a realistic situation to where you can actually see him taking back the Quints. Here it's like, man, she has a point about their profession and how that would endanger Miri, but you also don't want her to have Miri because of the issue she's been having and the fact that she's just coming out of nowhere. And it's like, they are her parents, Rei and Kazui.
Come here.
I got it.
All right, you got it. You got it.
Kazuki are her parents. Like it goes deeper than blood.
Yeah.
These guys identify themselves as her dad, and she recognizes them as her dad. I think that's all it really takes.
It's just like Guardians of the Galaxy 2. He may have been your dad, but he wasn't your daddy. Or I probably said it wrong. But that scene in Guardians of the Galaxy 2, that was great.
I think he may have been your father, but he wasn't your daddy.
That's right. That's what it was.
Plus, I killed him.
Xandu. That's who that character was.
Michael Rooker.
I love
So
that
good.
movie. Some people thought that the second Guardians was bad. I love the second Guardians. It was really good.
Though this episode confirms that Miri is an Ackerman. Kazu wrapped the scarf around Miri, just like how Eren wrapped it around Mikasa.
That was so sad.
Yeah.
You could tell with that scene too. I mean, not to say that he didn't care about her being cold or whatever, but he did that as just like he wanted to take her back, but he knew he couldn't do it. So he just has to make an excuse as to why he called out to her.
Mm-hmm.
He's
You know
just
what?
like, "Oh, take the scarf."
I feel like I could make a whole video on this episode. I may do it.
Pretty sad. And then at the end of it, you know what? I think the best thing they did in this episode was the call back to the cat that Rei tried to take in. And then Kazuki says he brings back the line, if you're not really prepared, or if you're not really prepared, getting involved can make things worse. And how they relate that to Miri instead of the cat in the situation. I was like, man, that is pretty good. Good planning,
Yeah.
good foresight, and a good callback.
It was pretty good. I fear it's like this is the best one. I don't know how it's gonna do with the next episodes. I almost feel like it's almost in a way gonna be formulaic, and they're gonna find a way to get her back somehow. But I don't know if they could actually like expand upon it, and
I mean,
that's why I wish they could do like the time skip thing to where, because they were talking about, will she grow up to hate you? What if they actually showed that in the future? I'd love to see that.
I think we're gonna get the next couple episodes are probably gonna be quite in the emotional department, probably similar to something like March comes in July and April. I think we could definitely, because like I'm thinking about it and I'm like, there's no other way they can get around this than to just show how she dies and how Miri handles that. Because, like, what else is there to do? Like, that's the...
Well, here's the thing. There is one way out of this whole situation. The origin of all this starts with
Code
Ray's
Orange?
father. No, not Code Orange. It's Ray's father that even got the guy to, take pictures of them, and for him, that it's Ray's father that put everything into motion for these guys to be cracked down on. So if Ray is able to convince his dad, then that would probably solve a lot of these issues. So that's the alternative way out. Because I was thinking like maybe they could just like wipe out the organization, but that just seems a little too far-fetched. We don't know how much power these guys have, but assuming that these guys are just employees to this bigger organization, I don't think that's viable. So maybe you could use somebody like Ray's dad to get the target off their back so they can live a normal life, but he would have to stand up to his father, and I think he's willing to do that now. I think the absence of Miri is really going to show how much an attachment Ray has to being a father, and he'll stand up to his dad.
Carp says they are assassins. Couldn't they do what they do best?
Yeah, that's what I said. I thought about the whole thing of taking out the organization, but we just don't know
What
how.
about taking out our mom?
Whose mom?
Miri.
Mary's mom.
I mean, listen, she's a bad mother, but
Bravo
she's
6.
not, she's
Going dog.
she's not a bad catch. If you get my
Now,
drift.
wouldn't that be something? That would be a fucking twist. They
Kick
miss
in
her
the
so
head.
much to the point where they murdered Mary's mom, and they murdered the father in the first episode.
That sounds horrible.
It would, but it would be a twist.
Okay, we talked about subverting expectations before the podcast started. That's the one thing I don't want happen.
Wait, could we get a
It just
cuck
turned into
ending?
Yandere's. No, why does everybody gotta get cucked?
Maybe Ray and Kazu are like they're cucking Miri's mom.
What?
Yeah.
She has no involvement with them.
Well, that's the funny part, right? It's like, oh well, you won't give us Miri, then we're gonna fuck in front of you. We're gonna cuck you. And then she'll go, all right, you win.
I think
Here's
at least
my
one of
kid.
them is straight.
Yeah, Kazuki is definitely straight.
Listen, you don't have to be. Listen, come on now.
What?
I don't know.
What are you saying?
I don't know.
Everything is a cucking scene with C. It's not gonna happen in Buddy Daddies.
Or
Good.
should it happen? And
Could
plus
happen.
hamburger steak.
Yeah, the
Carp
microwave
says,
one.
Here we go. Here's a 8D chest right here from Carp. One of them could marry Miri's mom.
But the issue is that their profession and their ties to the organization. Because if it was as simple as just her taking custody of them, then they could visit her. But the issue is they are too hot in terms of
Yeah, they're pretty hot.
them. Well,
I mean-
okay, now you sound like one of the moms.
I want him to assassinate my husband.
But yeah, they have those underground ties, so that's the issue. Because like I said, if it was just a matter of the mom just wanting custody and that's it, I'm pretty sure they would probably be accepting of her having custody and them being able to visit and them still having Miri over. But it's the problem that they're in the organization still, and they had to let her go, because if they don't, there's going to be some repercussions from the organization.
Damn. Well, I leave you all. I part you with my final message. before I ascend. Miri's mother sort of looks like that chick from Parasite.
Are you talking about the love interest?
I was gonna say, is it? I don't think it's a love interest. I think he's referring to the one that had a baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the soulless one.
Yeah, I remember that one. That was an interesting character.
I guess it's her face, like not her face, but her the shape of
eyes.
her head.
Yeah, and then the hair, eyes in the hair, shape of the head. Yeah,
She carried the baby like it was like a purse.
same.
I mean, that's the correct way to hold babies.
Yep,
True.
just buy the clothing and just like swing it back and forth.
That's what Piccolo taught me.
I whip my baby back and forth.
Somebody's going to jail on this podcast. Maybe everybody, but who knows?
We do not condone such actions. These are jokes. Well, all right, let's go ahead and get into the next show, the evening Trigun Stampede, episode 11. What do you guys think about this one?
Bash got hard.
Yeah, hard as wood or a plant,
Or stone. Yeah.
something.
Or a PP?
And we got Remu, the best.
Oh,
the
yeah.
best ever.
Yeah. Speaking of, at the very end, is the thing that Knives created was a giant, like, rim thing? Like, she kind of had the haircut that Rim had, or well, it's not a she.
I think it
the
was
plant.
that plant monster from Moana.
I don't know. I have to look at it again.
It looked
You may
like
be
Rim.
right though.
It looked like
You might-
Rim. But I was like, is it Rim? So let's say if it is Rim. If it is like they're creating like a giant figure that represents Rim, is it Vash that's doing that, or is it Knives?
I mean,
why
it
would-
could be Nas because we know, despite what how he feels about humans, he did have some sort of attachment to Rim, no matter what he says.
I don't know. No.
That's his
This
mommy.
episode was a little crazy though.
Mummy.
Mama. But yeah, big dream sequence that we got with Rem, and it kind of shows you what set Nas into motion to crashing the ships and everything, because we saw one of the independents in this chamber all kinds of messed up. So it's his pride as a plant that has led him to do the things that he's done, and why instead of just killing Vash outright, he's been trying to change him the entire time into what he believes should be done with the world and to humans and everything. So his whole plan now is to put souls into to the plants so they could be independent, just like he and Vash are. Which, man,
Got pregnant.
yeah, they did.
QRW6 says Knives got Vash to
Navs.
impregnate some plants.
Woo.
That was his whole purpose.
Yeah.
Was to impregnate some plants.
Well, he did it, so
Yeah. So you know what this means, right?
I don't.
Vash is no longer a virgin.
Okay.
bro, that he's worse now. Fuck. Everybody knows it's virginity gang for life.
Oh yeah, totally.
Did I
No, I can't.
Hear your voice breaking up there, Sosny?
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
Exactly. We're all virgins on this podcast, including you, EA.
No, definitely not.
I think he has proof, like
I
literal proof.
definitely, but hey, yeah, Gucci Gang or whatever.
Exactly. Gucci gang.
Will you bring the whole cucking thing here? I think this is like the one viable place it can sit
Oh my god,
here
they were
because of
cucking Meryl. No,
because she was watching it happen,
no.
Yeah, she did. She was like, Vash-san, it should have been me.
and she could even see the percentages on the computer and everything.
Damn, fuck. This is the one time I didn't want the cucking to happen. Poor
Well,
Meryl.
It did.
Damn it. Fuck. Cocked.
It's Friday night. Just got cucked.
Happens to the best of us.
I mean, this episode though, I guess you could say Knives like Zeke Yeager Bash. He was like, let's go back into your memories. And I'll change your mind this time. You'll agree with my euthanasia plan someday.
Yeah, it is sort of similar to that.
I like it though. I like this whole thing. It's very... I just like the idea of going into somebody's past via almost like a dreamlike sequence. I think it's always super compelling because you get to see how a character, not the way it happened, but the way the character views it in their mind. So when they look back on it, it's like from an emotional perspective almost. And the way Vash views all of this loss and all these terrible things happening to him throughout his journey in the show, it really feels like it's really taken a toll on him. And it almost validates all of the previous villains' deaths in a way too, because it shows that he cared. He's not one of those, phony guys. It's like, oh, I care about everyone. I don't want anyone to die. He truly believes that. And that sequence sort of proves it. And it also proves the links that Trunks will go to get Vash to do his bidding.
He
He looked like
purple
Trunks.
hair.
He looked like Trunks in this episode, just saying.
Or blue hair for that matter, because that happened.
I want to say, Trunks went from purple to blue hair. How did that happen, Super?
Well, I think they with Bulma, right? Bulma, same thing.
Well, I don't know.
Listen,
Let's just say
I think
Never mind.
I think in the manga it's always been purple, right?
I have no clue.
Like it's
I've only
always.
known Trunks to be purple.
Well, I mean, like he didn't like change any of the character's hair color in the manga, did he?
Yeah, he probably dyed it. I don't fucking know. Post-apocalyptic future.
Well,
Got time to dye your hair blue.
what I'm saying, I think the differing hair colors.
Maybe so. I mean, the manga is different from the anime.
We should ask Sean.
Anyways. Oh, fuck, we're so close.
I feel like last week we didn't have a Sean reference, so I think we already went a whole episode without it, so...
I don't know.
Sean, best boy.
Sean, best boy.
Forgot what I was gonna say.
Also, Meryl fucking finds Wolfwood and kicks him in the shins. I'm like, damn, Meryl, that's mean. Don't do
Hero's a
that.
gremlin in this Trigun.
She is.
I know.
She's still a little shit.
She's the embodiment of that shirt of I'm not small, I'm fun sized. That is
pretty
her
much.
personality.
I keep saying that she is the Meryl we get in this Trigun is the fusion dance of Meryl and Millie, but she didn't gain any height.
If anything, she
In
got
fact,
shorter.
she's probably smaller.
Yeah.
She is really small. She's like 3'2".
Yeah, something like that.
Vash-san.
She's great. I love this version of though.
Yeah. But I mean,
It really is Vash's Stampede.
I think there was something else I want to mention with. Oh yeah, what I wanted to talk about was Vash kind of sees everything that happened as his fault because, or you could say Nav sees this and it's kind of him like projecting onto Vash and Vash kind of accepting it because we know that, or now we know that Vash doesn't have powers the same way that Nas does. Like he can't do the medical metal
Medical miracle. Medical marijuana.
medical marijuana. He can't do the metal tentacles thing. He can't do the Dr. Ock thing. And Nas kind of sees it as, because he's powerless, he leeches on the humans and identifies with them. And it makes sense, because Nas has always seen himself as different from humans, but because Vash hasn't manifested his powers, or never will, he sees himself more as human than anything. I think he also likes to eat, because I don't think Nas cares to eat because he doesn't have to. So, and then two, what also helps Vash identify with humans more so is because when Rim says something, he takes things to heart, and Nas kind of listens but doesn't really absorb her teachings into his thoughts. Yeah. So this episode did more to show you the difference between or why they diverge so much despite having similar background or same background and living in the same environment.
Also, we get a little bit of a flashback going as well. In the flashback, they find a tube with dead people in it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's right. Is that
very Evangelion?
M?
I think so. It's like I guess that's what happens sometimes. Like,
it just happens sometimes. You know, people make clones, getting test tubes.
I guess I don't know. Like, it's very Evangelion-esque though.
With everything that's been going on so far, I it's so weird. Usually I can always see whether I can see the writing on the wall, whether anime is going to end or not, like whether it's going to continue on or whether it's just going to have a definitive ending. I'm still not sure about the show, because I can see it ending with these episodes, because everything that's going on right now is so grandiose that I could see this being the conclusion, but I could also just see this thing being just big events for leading up to a season 2.
I still think there's going to be a season 2. I'm
just not sure.
I just think the past with Beastars is just so strong, because they do 12 episodes. That's what they do. And then they do another season, and they do another season, and they do another season until it's done. And I don't know if they have enough material to do. I don't know if they have planned out if they have 12 more episodes planned. But it really feels like Studio Orange wants to do their shows seasonally. I know they wanted to do more Land of the Lustrous, but there isn't enough material to do it. So, I just think there's going to be a season 2, maybe even a season 3. We'll see, though. We'll find out next week.
Yeah, I guess so.
And I heard this is doing fine.
It end really quick. It's like the end. He just turned into a big giant monster, and then, Meryl said, "Vashta-san, remember who you are," and then that's it.
Yeah, they all hold hands at the end and they sing "Kumbaya."
Knives becomes a good person. He's like, "I didn't see it your way before, Vash.
Bro,
but you're
right. Right. I'm like evil. Bro, let's not be evil, bro. Bro, let's revive Rim. Let's bring her back as a giant wood lady."
It turns into freaking, to your eternity. Everybody dead comes back to life.
March is somewhere in the background. We got like a ghost of I don't know, fucking Anakin somewhere. I'm down. What's it gonna happen?
Well, I think the one thing that makes me think that they'll probably continue on with the story is that Legato has done almost nothing.
Yeah. Very weird to have Legato in the series and just,
Yeah, he's kind of bad.
He's just kind of absent.
Right. To be honest, he is what Knives was in the original trilogy.
yeah, so far. He's just not
In the original trilogy.
in it.
Original Trigun, excuse me.
Yeah, he's just not in the show right now. And that's really weird considering who Legato is.
Well, that's the thing. If it gets to season 2, then he'll have his time to shine. It's just
Yeah,
that
it's
he
gotta
hasn't.
be.
He hasn't. It's not that he's bad. It's just he's not here.
Yeah.
And he would still have a purpose here because his whole thing was to ruin Vash's no killing rule. So
and
he
was,
still could do that.
And he was like, he looked fucking cool, and he has a cool VA, and like how do you not do another season with him as the major
that
villain?
Song, whenever he comes onto the screen, that.
Oh yeah, they got to do that. That would be so fucking cool if they did that. Holy shit! Or they played like, I don't know, like one of the original songs. That'd be so great. That'd be cool if they like did another season, right? And then they just, for the second opening, they have the like a new version, the original opening. That'd be cool. I mean, honestly, they could just go with this opening. This opening is so fucking good.
Nah.
And like, I'm not usually in to the poppy J-pop stuff, but it's so good. I can't help but love it.
All lies, see. We all know you don't listen to intros.
This season I do. Unless I don't watch Buddy Daddies. I don't, but there you go. QRW6 says Legato is still supposed to be Vash's first kill, but will he?
Oh, no.
That's another thing. That's another thing. Is Studio Orange throughout this entire season has shown they are huge fucking fans of Trigun, and they have not done something any disservice so far. So that would be sort of.
Vash is a hipster, terrible show. 1 out of 10.
That's if you're on Reddit, that's what they say, or whatever. But they've done nothing but be really good to the source material. So you gotta do another season, I think.
I hope so.
I'd love for another season, and if they got it for another one, do 2 more. Why not? Do a movie.
We're still missing the best character in the entire series.
Yeah.
Ah, yes,
Little
E.G.
Billy.
Mine. Got to bring it back for another time.
No.
The real E.G. Mine. The fake.
No.
Not this.
Oh, the
hipster
girl
version.
that's also a sniper.
No. Even though I like her.
The third Nebraska brother.
Phone.
My phone.
No.
My girlfriend.
No.
My AI
Girlfriend's
girlfriend.
your phone? What?
No.
The one girl that the guy that steals the water.
No.
Donuts.
We got donuts.
It's got to be. Yeah, but more donuts.
No.
Shit. Sean?
We're missing the black cat.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Well, I think the black cat.
was so cute.
I think the black cat, if my memory serves me, that was something the author did, and they kept in the anime, the original one, because it was. It's like this weird, like, kind of like Happy from Fairy Tale and stuff. It's just like his signature trademark. So,
I think you mean Plu.
Plu,
Because Happy's
yes.
an actual character.
Yes. Whichever one is the one that's always in the background.
The snowman. He
With
just like shakes uncontrollably like homie.
Yeah, and with the I forgot about that. And with the nose that looks like it was taken from Pegasus's I don't know, Egyptian artifact locker. I don't know. It was great. But yeah, I don't know. I think we're getting another season. If there is not another season, then I'm canceling everything.
Oh,
Canceling me?
Literally everything.
he's talking about his free trials.
No more free trials.
Goodbye, Funimation.
Every single thing that is conceivably open right now will be canceled.
I'm hype.
We're making moves here on KOA. I keep telling people that. Nobody listens.
I listen.
I kind of listen.
Well, I guess let's get on to our next show, our final show of the evening. Vinland Saga Season 2, Episode 11, titled Kings and Swords, but really should be titled I Gave Birth to a Son that is the living embodiment of a "Have you seen this child?" on the back of a milk carton. AKA, I gave birth to my son, Thorfinn, who looks exactly like Thorfinn, so I can go to people and ask them, hey, have you seen someone who looks like, I don't know, exactly like this child? He even wears the same clothes as Thorfinn. He is Thorfinn, but with googly eyes.
Yeah. You think that's the only reason why he adopted him?
Could be. Could be.
If that's
He
true,
he probably was like,
so...
he's probably like, man, this is, oh, Thorfinn, I found you. And he's like, I
my
guess.
name's not Thorfinn. My name's Joe.
You're Thorfinn,
Your
shut the
name's
fuck up.
Thorfinn now.
I had my notes, I was like, Leaf's son looks a lot like a young Thorfinn, and immediately after, in all caps, I have, holy shit, his name is Thorfinn too, what the fuck?
That's funny. But, holy shit, does this mean that Mr. Leif Erikson's finally gonna get reunited with the real Thorfinn?
Well, we'll see if he makes it. He survives. Is Canute... Yeah, about that. We gotta ask the question. Canute the real bad guy of this series?
I mean, he's not really doing good stuff.
He's not
killing
at
his
all.
own damn brother.
He's killed his own brother, and now he's using Olmar to take the farm.
Why does he want one farm anyway? It's like, come on.
He wants his boyfriend back.
Yeah. What boyfriend?
Me.
You're on the farm?
Right now. Currently there. Ask me how it is. I'll ask Kettle a question.
Sea Tactics, how is it on the farm?
Kettle, how is it on the farm? He said he didn't know. Let's stop asking
He didn't
questions.
know?
Yeah.
Is he crying into Reinhardt's boobs right now?
Yeah, I think he's crying into a picture of Arnheid, which is honestly really
she's dead?
strange. No, I saw her walking around here the other day. I don't know. I guess he just got a picture of her or something. Really weird.
Okay.
Everyone smells. It's kind of fucked
I
up.
don't think bathing was huge back in the day.
Harp said, I was reading Canute's Wikipedia, and I learned that he was the grandson of Harald Bluetooth, the man who inspired the name of the technology Bluetooth.
No way.
Harp said it. It's got to be real.
I
He's a
mean,
carp.
well,
He's a
it's
fish.
Wikipedia too, so I mean.
Yeah, but carp's a
never know.
fish. He's a carp.
But you know how fish are. Their memory is really short.
Touché. However, they swim in the sea.
Mm.
I think there's a seat bias in there.
I don't know what you're talking
Freaking, but yeah, Canute, pretty bad.
Defend your boyfriend, see.
Listen, Listen, he explained at the beginning of this episode, after Estrid and Gunnar was there. Gunnar is still there. Surprised at that. I guess they go together just to do it a certain degree. You know, Canute, you know, he's taken interest in Kettle's farm because he's got to keep his you know, his army going. You know, his army is the reason he's still cool, okay? And it's like he would be less cool if there was not an army there. So he's like, you know, let's just go ahead and take this bitch ass farm. This punk ass bitch ass farm. Let's go. Let's do it. Let's just walk in there, pull out our Uzis, and level the place. Just fucking destroy it. I mean, just absolutely turn it into a wasteland. Okay, that's what he's saying, and I agree with him.
Can we also talk about how, when it comes to fighting, he is a punk? He literally was like, hey, look, there's a guy talking to your girl that you like. Huh? And then he throws his shield at him and then, quote unquote, beats him. I'm like, oh my god, give me a break.
However, he's cute.
He's not cute.
He's pretty cute.
He's not as cute as he was in season 1. You have to admit.
He's a femboy. That was trending on Twitter today.
It was?
Probably because of Canute. Just saying. Episode came out today.
Were you the one that started the trend?
I do not have a bot farm, but if I did, I'm gonna write a book and I'll tell you exactly how I did it. It's called I Did It.
Sound like OJ Simpson.
Hey. I'm not saying I'm guilty, but if I was, I'm guilty.
Yeah, like I didn't murder anybody, but if I did,
pack them up 2 million pieces, put it in a bag, bury it in the backyard.
Well, yeah. Also, is Omar the new second coming of Tasty Peach?
No, I think he's just actually bad.
He's kind of a spoiled brat. You know?
Yes.
He bumps into anybody and wants to start a fight. I'm like, this guy's asking for it. He's gonna bump into somebody and get the wrong one, and then he's gonna pull out his sword and he's gonna go, oh, you got a sword? I got a sword. And then he's gonna cut his head off.
Well, Thorfinn called him an ignoramus.
Well, Thorfinn can take him with one hand tied behind his back.
The other Thorfinn. Fake Thorfinn.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Googly Thorfinn.
The bug-eyed one?
Yeah.
Yeah, he does have bug eyes. But
Poor Thorfinn.
Yeah, he's not very strong.
QRW6 says, does Canute need this massive army because it's a risk if they'll gain a profit claiming territories?
Wait, what was the question again? But does Canute need this massive army because it's a risk they'll gain a profit claiming territories? I'm not sure I understand the question.
Well, FYI, this is a prequel to the American story, because England's starting to tax people. What happened back then when England was taxing people? America said, well, okay, Pilgrims said, no, they weren't Pilgrims then. Englishmen said, F y'all, we're going to America. So,
good old America.
This is a prequel to...
This is a prequel to America.
Prequel to America.
Yeah. This is America Zero. The American thing.
Yeah, because I don't know what year this is supposed to be taking place, but when I saw England taxing people, I'm like, oh, here we go.
2020.
No, it wasn't 2020.
Yeah, look how expensive chips are. Like, Lay's chips that used to be $1 are like $2.29 now.
That's ridiculous.
Fucking Canute.
Right, and
yeah,
you get,
fucking
like,
Canute, all right. That's what I'm saying.
No, that's not what I'm saying. You
I-
horny bastard.
I don't understand.
I know, it's like he could do anything to C, and C would be like, "Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. I got lost into your eyes."
Yeah, this
I
is
asked,
important. We're talking about the price of chips.
I had a poll up. I asked the audience. I said, "Is Canute the real villain?" 53% said yes. 46% said no.
See, you can't vote for all those 46%. You understand that, right?
How
I
many
mean-
tabs do you have open?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 20.
Now, how many of these are Canute fan art?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 19, 20, 21.
Huh. Okay.
Don't know
That
how
answers
works.
that.
Sure. 21.
Well, in what way do you guys think Omar will be used by Canute specifically? He harped on the fact that he was pretty much an idiot and incompetent, but how do you think that will be used against Kettle, knowing that
think-
he wants to seize that land?
I think he's gonna use Omar to basically sort of weaken Kettle, because I think there could be a possibility that Canute knows just by that whole fucking interaction that Kettle cares a lot about Omar. So if he can use it as a bargaining chip to kind of, get in, kind of show the chink in his armor, then I don't know. That's what I was thinking.
So you think he's going to be like used as as a hostage?
Not like a hostage, but I don't know. Oh, I don't know anything. I don't know. I'm stupid.
Well, the only thing I can think of is what we know of Omar as a character. He doesn't want to work like his dad. He wants to go to war really bad, even though he couldn't swing a sword to save his life. He wants that recognition. He kind of wants to be like his brother, but he's not nearly as tough as his brother. So the only thing I could personally think of is if Canute convinces him in a way to do his bidding. Because what
Convinces.
has Canute done this whole time being king? He's poisoned people. The only thing I could think of is if he somehow manages to brainwash Olimar into poisoning his own dad. That's the only thing I could think of. But
Or gives him something that has
right,
poison
gives
in
him
it.
something to retire, like, hey, Dad, you never have to work again a day in your life, and because that's the other thing I was thinking of too. If he doesn't want to poison them, maybe he'll try to buy them off, but then, you know how Kettle is, he'd just be like, no, this is my farm. I'm not going to give it up to anybody, and then that's wherein lies the conflict, and then Olimar kills his own dad.
Listen, I'm just saying, it's kind of boring on this farm. We do need a little bit of murder.
Even with Thorfinn and Einar.
I mean, it smells, so I just can't wait for him to come.
Wait, just to clarify. So EA, you think he's going to use Omar to kill his father?
Either kill him or try to convince his dad to give up the farm. That's
Okay.
the only thing I could think of. Like, I think at first he'll try to convince him to give up his farm. And Kettle will be like, no, I'm not going to give up the farm. And then,
Or
shut up. But that's when, that's when, Canute will say something to him to convince him that what he's doing is for the greater good, and then maybe he'll try to kill his dad or something. That's kind of what I think. But I definitely think he'll try with the whole buying off thing first, but he won't sell his farm.
Or
Do you think he's capable of killing his father? This is the same guy who can't cut a pig.
I mean,
well, hey man, those bones are tough.
I mean, he wasn't even cutting the skin.
yeah,
Skin's
he's
tough, bro.
I don't even. He must have weak forearms because he can't even cut through. But do I think he's capable of killing his dad? I don't think he would probably have to get really drunk and really mad to get to the point where he can. In his sober state, but could he take some convincing? I probably think he could because he seems like an angry person, and angry people don't like being told what to do. If he tells his father no, or his father tells him no, drinks a little alcohol, yeah, he'll probably try something.
What
Okay.
if they plan to just fucking kill Omar in front of Kettle? Some shit.
That could also be an option, and then that'll kind of like twist his arm to, sell the farm at that point.
Well, my issue with that, of course, I don't know anything about this series, but my issue with that happening is that he harped on the fact that Omar is stupid. So him just killing him in front of his father doesn't utilize his stupidity because he could do that for anybody. Because it seems like he wants to keep Omar alive for some specific reason, to use his incompetence against him or the family, I guess.
I don't know. I do not has me clue. Me no clue, no. Doom no me not. Be dumb.
Well, besides that, how do you guys think how it's gonna go over with Leif now that he's on the right track to find a Thorfinn?
Oh, he gonna go see him.
Gonna
I know
ditch.
that one guy said that he doesn't want to do it because, I don't know, fall's coming up and it's gonna be 5-day row, blah blah blah. I feel like this is the closest he's felt to getting close to Thorfinn in probably years. In fact, it has been years. And he's a slave. He looks just like him. He used to be a warrior from Iceland. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna go. So I think he's gonna do everything in his power to go to that island, or not island, but to his farm.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so too. I think he's going. I think he's gonna arrive. I think it's probably gonna be. I think he's gonna arrive maybe to see all of the crazy shit go down. And I don't know, maybe he'll even die.
The
But
crazy thing is, when he does finally see Thorfinn again and hugs him, oh, it's gonna be tender.
Just like
I
my
might shed
liver.
a tear. Wait, just like what?
My liver.
Oh, your liver's tender? Mm.
Why I can't drink the alcohol?
What'd you season it with?
I just beat the shit out of it, and my fists.
So the flavor is fist?
Yeah.
Delicious.
I agree, actually. But any final thoughts on this episode?
Well, I kind of want to answer your question that you proposed, because I don't think we actually directly answered it, as to whether or not Canute is the villain and why he would or wouldn't be. I think to answer that, you have to kind of ask, what's the conflict, or like what does it take to be the villain in a story like this? Because I mean, you can argue that Thorfinn was a villain at one point in time, but was he the villain of this story? What would it take to be a villain in Vinland Saga?
That's a good point. There's a lot of gray areas for a lot of these characters. Very AOT-esque in a way.
I don't know.
It's just that the conflict that's going on with Thorfinn, because if we're attributing it
to like who's the antagonist, like who's the evil antagonist, it would be more Kettle than anybody, because what Thorfinn is missing is his freedom right now. So Kettle is the person preventing that from happening. So in that light, he could be looked at as a villain, because while Canute is doing a lot of things, it's not really affecting Thorfinn in a meaningful way, because he's a slave out on his farm. So all the changes that he's doing is going to affect him now, but it hasn't thus far. So I think it's up to you to determine what's the conflict, and because I'm pretty sure Canute is a villain in a lot of people's eyes, but who knows?
Philip says
the real villain here is politics and taxes.
Or
Anyway,
it could be the crown itself.
Yeah.
Oh,
the curse
yeah.
of the crown. That's right.
that's a good point. A lot of kings in this series seem to be corrupted to some degree. Philip says, get the likes up so our boys can farm all the wheat needed to be kings.
Woohoo!
We're the wheat kings.
I'm getting some weed plants.
The first thing I'm
Cropping
buying
wheat.
with all my wheat money is fucking wheat.
Oh, so you're trying to summon Holo. I see you. You're a dirty mind, but I like it.
Wait, what? Nowhere did I ever say to Holo anything.
Well, now I'm going to do that. That's a good idea, though. Thank you, C.
No problem. I guess. Right. Well, EA, I have a question for you.
What is it, good sir?
Where can they find you?
You can find me over at Everything Animated's channel. It's kind of similar to mine, but it's named exactly the same. There are other
clever.
people that have my name. I call them imposters.
Among Us.
But as for me, there's only one me. Just look for me as a Super Saiyan. That's me. The still same OG, but a bit low key.
Mm.
You know, yeah, that's where I'm at. I surprisingly have been a little more active on Twitter. I don't know why.
Seen. Yeah.
But hey, you can follow me there at the Everything Animates. I forget how it's spelled, but I'm sure you'll find it somewhere. I don't care. But you can find me on the YouTubes, on the Twitters. Maybe sometime in a few more months, you can see me on the Twitchers again. Hey,
Twitching.
hey. Twitching it. Twitching it, y'all.
Don't say
So, yeah.
zip.
So yeah, you can find me on all those places, and always remember, stay animated,
Hell yeah.
because animation, though it may be disrespected and shown as a medium that isn't taken seriously, as Guillermo del Toro said, it is a genre within itself that should be taken seriously, because animation is medium. And I feel like some of the greatest movies and TV shows are in fact animated. But because people see it as animated, they get a little like, it's a cartoon, how can you take that seriously? Sorry, I got a little bit on my soapbox right there. But yes, good stuff. And rest in peace, Lance Reddick.
Oh yeah.
Rest in peace, Lance Reddick.
Yeah.
Phenomenal
Absolutely.
job
Yeah.
as Daniels in The Wire. That's what I know him best for.
Absolute fucking legend.
He was a great voice actor, and he was fantastic in all the John Wick movies.
Yeah, I've
loved
heard
him
he's good in
those.
those. I haven't seen John Wick yet, but I've heard he was in those, and he was. And that's what I was saying the other day. I was looking up his like the stuff he's in. He's in like fucking everything. He's like cameos and just like he's around a corner. Like that's what it feels like. I feel like I turn the corner and I'll see Lance. He's that, and that's impressive. That guy has an amazing had an amazing work ethic.
Yeah.
As well, today is the birthday of Chester Bennington. So rest in peace to
Yes.
Chester.
Yeah, absolutely. Happy birthday and rest in peace to one of the greatest vocalists of all time.
Yep. Damn.
By the way, yeah, you should keep that as like a ending thing to save for your videos. Stay animated.
Oh, all right. I'll keep it.
Yeah. Pretty good.
Makes a lot of sense, you know, because you can use it as like it can be interpreted as like what you were saying about animation and how great of a medium it is, and just be animated in a sense of like being excited or lively, or you know.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I'll keep it. Hashtag copyright trademark.
It's better than the tagline "Stay Frosty" from that one guy who didn't do the podcast with us.
Look
No
at
names.
you,
I don't
Arcada.
know that guy.
Hey, wait!
Son of You son of a bitch.
It's because of you.
It's because of you. Satsuki,
That's me.
where are you to be found?
I can be located on Twitch. My name there is Satsuki the Savage. Instead of the THE, it is a DA. And between the Satsuki and the Savage, that's where you can find me on Twitch, where I play no longer Danganronpa because I'm pretty much finished with that franchise. As far as tier list, the 3 main games I want to play. I mean, it's something else I will play with that's Danganronpa related, but we're pretty much done with the stuff that matters. So I am playing Ace Attorney and Pokemon Violet next week, or I guess this week, Saturday, Sunday. So you can always catch me on the weekends around 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time or 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Good days to catch me on those streams. We have a lot of fun. You'll see people like Ellie in our chat. He's a staple there. So that's where you can catch me live. And of course, you can find me on my main channels, Satsuki the Savage, as well as Satsuki the Gamer, where I'll upload some of those VODs to Twitch. I say some, but it's just Danganronpa related right now. But we'll post other stuff. But yeah, that's where you can find me.
As for me, you can find me on Kettle's Farm. The other day, I was playing Monopoly. The only thing they had with Einar, Thorfinn, and Arnheid.
Oh,
Arnheid's
who won?
really Arnheid. She's really shockingly good at Monopoly. You wouldn't expect it, but yeah, she's fucking us all up. It's pretty cold. Send some.
Do you sleep in the fields?
I sleep on rocks. So, if you could, sleeping bag, a tent, also deodorant, baby wipes, because nobody here smells good.
Well, yeah. Should do something about that.
Yeah.
And
Well-
soap. Don't forget soap.
Yeah, so, yeah. Have a good night, everybody. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Jenny?
Later.